Just think you can flap your yap. No cap, yo, we looking at the facts and stats. Second city gritty to across the map. Put your cleats on your feet while we run some laps. Buckle up your seat while we have some chats. Who the GOAT on the court, pictures and running backs. Plug in your jacks and you're whipping your phone. Shalom, let's get it on, just a set in the tone.
Welcome everyone to the Setting the Tone podcast. Today's episodes, we're going to talk about the game with the Bears versus the Cincinnati Bengals preseason game. I know it's just preseason, can't put a whole lot into it, but we're going to take a whole lot out of it. That's what we're going to do right here on today's episode of Setting the Tone. I got my guy J Mac in the place. What's up with you, brother?
What's going on, man? What's going on? How's it going?
Nothing, man. Going good, going good. Enjoying
Yeah.
the Bears preseason so far. We're gonna be preseason champions in a second.
Man, we 3-0, man.
You
You
know,
can't deny
man.
that.
Ain't deny
3-0, we undefeated.
Right. We ain't gonna we
Yeah.
ain't gonna we ain't gonna put too much stock in it. We're gonna take it with a grain of salt. You know, teams just learning, their systems and chemistry and all that. It happens in
Hey, but
preseason and
we can rub it in. We 3 and
rub
0.
it
We
in.
3 and 0.
We're gonna shoot fireworks for the preseason.
For sure. For sure. For
Hey
sure.
man. So with that incredible win yesterday, since we gonna overhype it,
Oh yeah,
overreact
might
to it,
may as well. May as
overreact to
well
it.
put up 27.
27. What they get? What they put up? Three?
Yep. 3. That's it.
27-3 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals, who had some starters missing, but I don't care. Um,
Right.
what are your takeaways from the game as a whole?
My game as a whole, we got some good depth. We got
Yeah,
some pretty good depth.
I agree.
Um, as far as I'm gonna go as far as the offense. As far as our first team offense, it's like we're stuck in the mud a little bit. We still need to as the first team, we still need to produce in the red zone.
We're gonna get to that
Uh,
later. I got that on lock with this question. Yeah.
okay, and it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress as far as the offense. The defense, they seem like they in a mid-season form.
Yeah.
They they gave up a few third down conversions, but overall they didn't give up no points. They gave up 3 points, and you can't ask for nothing better than that.
Facts. Now,
Uh,
with the offense being a little stuck in the mud, can we attribute that to the schemes, the play calling, or because we're playing against the other team's first team defense and our offense just isn't there yet?
um, actually, we're not playing against the first team defense, Cincinnati's.
They didn't
They
have any
rested
starters
their
out there? Damn.
no, they rested their starters.
Okay.
So,
I don't know why I
but
thought they
if
played
you
some of these starters. Okay.
yeah, for some reason, yeah, they said they was resting their starters, so they didn't play. So that was against all their second team their second team defense, and for some reason we still seem like we stuck in the mud. I mean,
Yeah.
our first team against their second team, we should have been able to move the ball and three and outs. Maybe could be just timing, could be nerves. I mean, he's rookie nerves being out there in front of the home team. I mean, the home crowd. So it could attribute to a few things. So I ain't gonna be the Debbie Downer right away, you know. But he missed some throws.
Call it how you see it,
But
man. Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean he missed some throws, but again, at the same time, it could be you know could be the home field crowd and the nerves, and I think he'll work it out. He'll work it out.
Yeah. One of my takeaways was the offensive line was really playing hard for our quarterback. I noticed that they weren't giving up on the plays when the quarterback was scrambling and doing off platform things. They were down for him. They gave him the time to make some of those plays. Although he didn't make them all, he had time to make some of those plays. Even if the rush was coming, they still hung in there and chipped away and gave him time to battle, which that was one of my biggest takeaways from the offensive line because I've been really hard on that O line all season, and I'm seeing some things where I'm like, maybe I was too hard on him because he got sacked, but he they playing hard for him. They giving him the effort. You know what I'm saying? So
And as they should have that experience with a quarterback that can scramble because of the quarterback we had last year. I mean, if you're not holding, they gotta know now. We gotta hold our blocks.
yeah,
So that means, yeah, we gotta fight a little harder to hold our blocks for our quarterbacks to make these reads. I mean, if we're
okay,
not holding our blocks and if we're not fighting to hold these blocks, how he gonna make the read? How he gonna make the throw?
right,
So,
right. I appreciate that from them. Yeah.
but at the same time, Nate Davis looked like a turnstile on that sack that he gave up.
Okay.
Um, some um, some plays he held the ball a little bit too long.
Yeah,
In
I agree. I saw that.
some plays he left the pocket too fast.
Okay. So these are
Um,
your negatives of what happened in the game.
yeah, I mean there's still some positives, but at the same time,
Nah,
those
he
are the negatives that I saw.
yeah, and he could. It was one play where he had an excellent throw, but it could have been a better throw. He didn't really set his feet on. I can't remember that. Who was he throwing it to? Was that the throw to
Where it was behind the receiver.
Yeah, who was the receiver? I
Yeah,
can't remember. Damn.
uh, uh, pass behind the receiver. That was to Everett.
Everett. Yes.
Yeah, number 14.
Yeah.
Or because even though the play before that, it was the pass to Allen, where it's like it sailed on him a little bit.
Hmm.
Allen had to like reach for it or jump for it. You know, like I said, it could just be nerves in front of the home team. So, once he get his feet up under him, we'll probably see some better play.
Yeah.
We'll see some better play.
So, what are some of the positives in the game you got?
Defense, man. And well, okay, I'm gonna start with the offense. Second team offense, they seem um well well organized for some reason. Bajan looked good, looked a lot better as a passer. He targeted Pettis a little bit. I mean, he looked pretty good.
You still can't get the ball downfield though. I ain't seen no deep balls. That boy got
but
a salami arm.
but
No, go ahead.
yeah, but you're right. But at the same time, we went deep in our territory. We had
No,
short
we were.
fields.
I just want to see what he looked like downfield because I already seen it before, but I want to see if he improved. Like, can he really throw the deep ball? Is he an NFL quarterback? Like, is this deep ball there? I don't see it.
They from what I've heard, his arm strength is better
It's better.
now.
What
They
that
they
mean?
said it's they right, exactly. They said it's better, so we need to see it. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not there. We're not privy to their practices, and unfortunately, they're showing all Caleb highlights, so we don't know how strong Bajan's arm is until he actually gets some game time.
And he still looks like a one read quarterback as well.
Yeah, he hit that first read, and
That's it.
that's it. That's it. That ball is gone. I mean, but that's being that's at least being decisive with your passes and knowing where you're going with the ball.
Yeah. But is there a better option out there on the route? Like, is somebody downfield deeper and open, and he ain't throwing it to them because he only looking at the first read? You know what I'm saying?
Could be,
I don't know.
could
I'm
be.
just saying.
Right, it could be, but we won't know that until we actually watch the tapes
Yeah,
and see the all 22s.
yeah,
We'll just watch the game again. So
right.
that's
Or
that's how
yeah, as
we'll know.
long as we don't have to see him in a regular season game, we good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
everybody can play up on us. Then you know what I'm saying? They know he ain't gonna go to the second and third read.
but that's where your running game comes in at,
Mm,
and that's an unfortunate negative that I got from the game. The running game wasn't
wasn't
it
clicking.
wasn't vis- yeah, it wasn't clicking. I didn't see the running game at all.
Yeah, I noticed
It's
that
like
too.
they stymied that.
I
I was looking to see uh, Herbert. I was looking to see him pop a little bit, but they stymied him at the line of scrimmage. He didn't do shit. Ain't seen Rojo in a minute. What's the deal with that?
right. Now Herbert did. I did notice like we didn't do well as our team running the ball, but Herbert had over 6 yards rushing per carry. So
Did he?
yeah, he had. Let me look at it. He had 6.2 yards per carry.
Oh,
Now it was
okay.
that damn Valus Jones that had 6 carries, 2.2 yards per,
Oh, okay.
and
I think that
Wheeler took a
experiment is
step back
over.
as well too, huh?
I think that experiment is over.
I hope so,
The
man. I
the
really
Valus
do.
Jones experiment. I again, they just trying to save face because he's a third round pick. So you got to find somewhere on it. But he didn't drop the kickoff.
Did they kick the ball
So
to him? Because I
yeah,
thought,
that was the first return that
okay.
he didn't drop it off. He didn't drop it. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I guess that's all he's good for. Catching returns, kick
Right,
returns,
right.
to be specific, because we know he can't catch punt returns.
He can't catch
Um,
shit else either. But
what'd you say?
yeah, nothing. Can't do shit else either, pretty much. And end around. That's about it.
Oh my God, they gave they play the Roma Dunze, didn't they?
Uh-huh. And the Simba Webster. So
Yeah, Rome
yeah.
did good with it too.
Right. We got other players that can do it too. So we don't necessarily need him for that.
Rome got 16 yards off of that play. That's
Yeah,
not
he
bad
did.
for a
He
rookie
did.
first timer.
Right. We don't need him for that. So as you said, we got a Doomsday.
Yeah, and
So
Dunze, I saw him in an interview. He said he want to do whatever the team asks him to do. He don't care. He want to be available for the team. He want to punt
right. He want
return,
he want,
running back,
right.
whatever the team want him for. He wants to be that. I like that about
So
him. He a football player.
right. So that means that cut Baylor short.
Right. All right.
Unfortunately, cuts him short.
We don't need you, Vance. He's got speed. He's got hands. Yeah. Why do we need you?
Yeah. I like his speed. As they say, it's like he's creepy fast.
Deceptive. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's creepy fast. I kind of like that. It's like he has that second gear, and it's like he just runs like effortlessly.
Yeah. He was one of
And
my standouts for the game too. I likes the catches he made. The catch he made where
right,
the guy was all over him, and you was like, "That's not gonna be a complete." And he just showed his hands late and got that bitch.
yeah,
I like,
yeah,
yes,
that was
yes.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
It's like
I
Rome.
kind of I kind of thought Tyler kind of showed that same thing
Yeah, that way
on
you
that
can
on that
keep the defender from knocking the ball loose. Because if you show your hands late, and you can also um get that pass interference too, because they don't know what to do with you. They got to
yeah.
push you or some shit.
Yeah, they got to. They got to. Well, I like it when they show their hands late, and that it keeps the defender from reacting as well.
Yeah,
because as long as you running with your arms extended or you looking to catch the ball, they can easily disrupt that, knocking it.
Yeah.
They can time that they see that they can turn and see the ball coming. They can
Hmm.
knock your arms down.
The
They can
timing is
easily
different.
disrupt it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
For
when you
sure.
extend your hands late and you show them hands late, that throws their timing off. So that
Hmm.
they're late to respond.
Right. Now they gotta do like they did on that Tyler Scott play
Right.
where
You got to pull them.
you gotta pass it, you gotta do the pass interference because if you don't pass interfere on that play, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You pull them
Lay
back.
hands. Yeah.
Exactly. Show them hands
Hopefully if
late.
Tyler Scott catch the motherfucker.
Well, right. Well, he's been catching them all
Yeah.
off season. So
And that looked like that
well,
was gonna be an easy catch too in stride.
right. It would have been. It would have
Yeah.
been. It would have been a nice one too. It would have been a nice one too.
Kind of wanted him to get that one under his belt too. But
Yeah, and
smart move by the defense.
from what I'm seeing, we doing a lot more on the offensive side where we're taking more shots down the field.
Hmm.
Something that we lacked last season quite a bit. We didn't take enough shots down the field.
And that's on the OC because our quarterback has a deep ball last season. He had a deep
Right,
ball.
right,
That's on the play calling.
right. And when you taking shots down the field, the defense they got to respect that.
Yeah.
They got to respect that because you got guys that can take the top off. You got Rome, and you
Tyler
got
Scott.
Rome and Scott
Yeah.
that can take the top off the defense. So you got to respect those dudes' speed. And when you do that, that leaves enough shit underneath for DJ and Keenan
Yeah. And
and the
Cole. Yeah.
right Cole and Everett.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to respect that deep ball.
Facts. Facts. Um, Going from the deep ball to the red zone. How do you feel about our red zone offense and the plays that's being called and executed in the red zone?
Um, I don't know. Again, I pointed that out before that in Shane Waldron's offense, he kind of struggled in the red zone. I don't know if it's the play calling or the execution,
Hmm.
but it's got to be something to where he's not seeing. We're not producing in the red zone, or
Now,
we need maybe we need to scheme up something better,
right.
or I don't know.
Now that's probably all the NFL, right? The red zone is just a harder place to score because the field is so more condensed, and there's only so much you can run right there. So
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know. I don't know if his percentage is way worse than the next team, or if it's just everybody's like in the same area as far as red zone struggles.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it, I mean, you get there, so you got to finish.
Yeah, I agree.
If you tops within from 20 to 20, okay, if you top five, but when you get to the red zone, you bottom five, bottom 10, okay, something wrong there.
Mm.
Okay, you can
So
stretch the field. You go ahead.
is that talent? Is it execution, or is it play calling, or is it all?
It could be all. It could be a combination of all.
Because you can have.
Actually, I'm not going to even say talent because if you top five or whatever from 20 in between the 20s, so it must be play calling and design
But couldn't it
and
be?
maybe execution.
Can it be the skill set of those players? They play better from 20 to 20 because they have a certain skill set. They can play better in open field and things like that. But when you get them into a condensed space, they're not as physical. They're not as quick to get open. It could be the skill set of the players too, no?
It could be, but when you got certain players that you have on your team with those skill sets, like a Cole Komet, like a Roma
Yeah.
Dunze, like and we talking about
Keenan
some
Allen.
big targets, right? Keenan Allen, even Gerald Everett.
I
We're
don't know.
talking about some big targets.
Is Roma Dunze good in the red zone? I
He's
know
six
Cole
three.
Kmet and Keenan Allen are. We've seen their experience,
Yeah, he's 6'3".
but
Ain't he?
is he? But can he play in that condensed area, being quick enough and being physical enough in that small space? We don't know
I
that
don't
yet
know, but
because he
that's how.
he had a touchdown that he moved his feet out of bounds. He moved
Right,
his feet, literally moved his feet out of bounds. Like that's
right,
the wrong way to move
right,
your feet, bro.
right. I mean, he understands that, but I don't think that he'll make that mistake again. But at the same time, he held on to the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, even though his awareness, I mean, his awareness was off. He
yeah,
was out of bounds. But even if he would have made that step in, he caught the ball.
yeah.
It wasn't a drop.
Right.
So I would like to think on that next play when he's presented that again, he's going to catch the ball and he's going to be in bounds.
Yeah.
So you know, I would like to think that he would be a red zone target.
Right. That wasn't a third down play. I believe we had another down after that.
Right. We had another down after that because that's when Caleb scored.
Yeah. I was thinking they should have ran it back with him, but they
Right.
didn't. Yeah.
Right. Right. But they went with another play that
Yeah.
didn't work for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. It's the something in that red zone execution with the first team. We're not producing down there.
Yeah, that red zone with the first team is tough. And like you
Yeah.
pointed out, it wasn't against the Bengals first string either. It was their second string, some of their third.
Right.
So
Right.
we gotta do better there. And people predicted that the offense would have to catch up sometime during the season with the defense and things
True.
like that. Because what we saw from the defense, they were really in mid-season form. They've been that way the whole offseason, really, the whole preseason,
Yeah.
really. The
Yeah.
defense has been the glue to the team, and I believe they're going to be the glue to the team the entire season. Like those
Uh,
dudes are veterans. Those dudes have chemistry together. They communicate, and they're talented. There's so much talent on
exactly.
that defense. Like
Exactly.
on every level, the line, the linebackers, the corners, the safeties. There's just so much talent on that defense. Um, how do you feel like the defense is gonna look by mid-season?
Hopefully the same.
Yeah,
Uh, I hope this chemistry continues, and I hope they keep this fire lit up under their asses the whole season.
yeah,
Um, you can't come out like you did last season flat. So if you come out, we talking that talk. So when we come out game one against Tennessee, we got to walk the walk
yeah.
and,
And they
and
improved
start
their
really
roster considerably. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
right and start really hitting motherfuckers in the mouth.
Yeah,
And if you come out and you smack Tennessee in the mouth, shut them up, then we go on to Houston. And I don't know how easy of a job that'll be smacking them in the mouth, but that's going to be a task.
right.
And we at least got to look better offensively, and the defense got to be ready to come play.
And I think our defense could hold Houston to a respectable amount of points. I don't think they can blow us out. They do have a lot of good receivers that can get the ball over the top of us, and that's what we gotta, keep in mind right there.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was watching I was watching a show where they were talking about the defense, that one practice they had against the Bengals, and how they just owned the Bengals in that practice. The
Right.
defense was just doing their thing, and Joe Burrow did not want to fuck with Jalen Johnson.
No, no. And I kind of think, well, that's going future when we was talking about Houston and their receivers.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I kind of think they're gonna kind of target Stevenson quite a bit they're gonna switch off
Yeah.
between Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs, and they're gonna target him quite a bit. They're gonna target Jalen too, but I want to see what they how he respond.
I know Jalen don't really switch sides of the field. He really play his one side.
Well,
But
from what I noticed from the games, it's like he plays the side with the where he got more room.
okay.
Um, he don't play the near hash. He played the far. He
Right.
played on the far.
He don't switch. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean I noticed that Tyreek they have Tyreek Stevenson on the short side of the field, and they put Jalen on the opposite side, and they still been carrying that this season as well.
Do you think it might be a good idea for them to like whoever the top receiver on that team always put Jalen on him?
Um, I don't know because they didn't shadow they didn't shadow the top receiver last year.
Yeah. I think
So I
that
mean,
might even make it. I think that might take his game up even another level. Like if he always followed the top receiver on every team, he has the ability to cover him. That might take his game up to another level where he can undeniably be the best corner in the NFL. You know,
true, true. And that may be something that they may explore this season. We don't know how they're going to deploy the defense.
that could be a reason why he was left off the top 100. I don't know. Like where players was like, well, but he don't cover the top receiver the whole game. You know what I mean?
That I don't know. You can't be all you.
I'm reaching out a little bit, but it popped in my head.
Yeah, you can't be all pro
Yeah,
and
and not top 100.
right, not top 100, second team all pro and Pro Bowl,
Should have
and
been
not be
first
top
team All
100.
Pro. He was the highest rated player from his position.
Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
So nah, they screwed him. They screwed our boy.
Screwed our boy.
So
So
yeah.
while we're on the defense, how you feel about the defensive line's progress? I feel like some of the guys on the defensive line took a small step back this game, but it wasn't noticeable. Like the defensive line still was in the backfield. They might not have gotten the sacks, but they got the hurries and the pressures. They were still all over the place, like causing havoc. How do you feel about the progress?
Um, to me, with the defensive line, unfortunately, we still couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback unless we brought the blitz. And you know, unfortunately, that's what I saw. I mean, we didn't get no, we wasn't pressuring. I mean, as far as they did shut down the run game, um, but again, I didn't see any pressure on the quarterback unless they brought unless they brought the blitz. Um, Austin Booker. I mean, we you seeing high hopes from him, but unfortunately, he got brought back down to reality. You're not gonna take off against everybody against the
Nah, I think that's any player though. You could be
yeah,
all pro and have games where it's like,
right. So we didn't see too much pressure from him, but at the same time, I would like to think that that's that adrenaline pumping in him when you first get on the NFL field and you're going up against NFL players. So you come out there and you come geeked and you're ready to play. But you got to realize that you're in the NFL. Everybody, you ain't finna just walk over everybody like you did them first two games. And so you're gonna have to bring it. You're gonna have to bring it.
yeah,
I seen some better play from Randolph um, on the defensive line. Uh, Pickens looked a
Hardy.
little bit better.
Yeah, he did.
You can see them switching him back and forth from the nose to the three tech.
Yeah,
You can also see them moving in D walk.
yeah, I
You know,
saw that too. Yeah,
they trying different packages. So
I think
I
D
mean
Walk could be. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
no, you good.
I thought D Walk was better on the inside than the outside.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
well, touching on that, I'm thinking that they trying out different packages with the guys,
Hmm.
and see to at least see how Booker looked on it because from what I doing that play, I seen Booker on the opposite side of D Walk, but you know they didn't they didn't get no pressure that play,
Yeah.
and there's I think it's an experiment that we're gonna continue to see, and we're gonna get something out of it.
My fault, man. I hate to go back, but it it popped in my head just now. Another standout player, and this we since we talking about the defense, my man Kyler Gordon. The
Oh,
the little man
man.
is a big thumper.
Yes, he is. Yes,
He's
he
a
is.
big thumper. I love that dude, man.
I like when you have games like that.
Yes,
It puts it puts him on display. Lets you know the boy is real.
he's
The boy is
real.
real. He can hit.
Yeah.
I like how he's not afraid to hit.
No,
He likes to get up in there. He likes to get in there and hit. So yeah,
he fits the Bears persona, Bears aura. He fits the Bears. Period. He's a bear,
yeah.
man.
Yes he is. Yes he is. Well, what do you have? He had a pass breakup.
Hmm.
What was that?
He
A
had a
pass
sack,
breakup. He had a sack. He had a tackle, a TFL.
a tackle for loss. Yep.
Right. So yeah, that dude, he was on point. He was on point.
Got to get him his props, man.
Yeah, and good in the run game.
Yes.
And while we on the defense, another guy that stood out for me in the run game was our Olympic husband, Mr.
Yeah, yeah,
Owen.
yeah. My
He
man.
stood out in the run game too.
Yeah. God, what's his name eluding me right now? What's his name, Sims?
Who's that? What number?
Olympic husband.
Oh, Jonathan Owens.
Jonathan Owens. I couldn't think of his name for a second.
Yeah, Jonathan Owens. He was out there hitting.
I thought Greg Stroman had a good game as well.
Yeah, yeah. He played well for us last season as well.
Yeah.
So I
We got
think
depth, like you said.
yeah, we got some really good depth, especially on that back end.
Yeah.
So it's really gonna be hard for to see who they gonna well, we got Gordon, Brisker, um, JJ, Stevenson, and Bayard. And I think Owen's going to make the team. Hicks is looking good to make the team as a backup safety. Um,
Stroman.
Strowman, he's looking good for the slot. I like.
Blackwell.
And
You say
DJ,
Blackwell?
yeah, I didn't say Blackwell, but he's looking good too.
Yeah.
To because it's gonna they're gonna have to make some tough cuts,
Yeah.
and I guarantee whoever they put on the practice squad, somebody gonna get picked up.
Terrell Smith.
Uh,
Man, we got
yeah,
some depth.
yeah, somebody gonna get whoever get put on the practice squad gonna get picked up by somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. And deservingly so. Go get you a job, man. You don't want to be on the practice
Yeah,
squad. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, you don't, but that's gonna take away our depth again.
I mean, we
Yeah,
we too deep. We might be too deep. If we got enough players to have a good player on the practice squad, we just too deep there. Can't hog it all. It's 53-man roster. What you want, a 63-man roster?
hey, you got to keep all the good ones, man.
Yeah,
You got to keep all the good ones.
within 53.
Uh-huh. Right? Yeah, well, you got to find a way to keep some of
Hey,
them.
shorten another position. Like we don't need certain players on another position. We can shorten the tight end spot. We don't need Mercedes Lewis. Although I like him, we don't need him. It's a luxury. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, and he's a luxury in the run game,
Yeah, he's
and
a
a luxury
luxury.
in the locker room.
Luxury in the locker room, but he ain't gonna see much time on the field. Keep the
No,
best
but
53.
maybe he could be like a key call for Caleb to lean on, being a 20-year veteran that he is.
Yeah. Make him a coach then. Shit. Fuck it. Assistant and tight ends coach.
Yeah, yeah, they could. They could. That could work.
Yeah.
That could work.
That's better than cutting someone or putting someone on the practice squad that deserves
A roster
deserve a
spot.
position on the 53.
Right.
That's all I'm
Right.
saying. Make the
Yeah,
proper adjustments.
I think we're gonna touch on that a little bit at another time about the 53 and
Yeah.
who we think is gonna make it.
Daniel Hardy had a good game.
Yeah, he's been balling out.
Yeah.
He's been balling out. I mean, besides that the opening besides the penalty on the opening kickoff, yeah,
Yeah.
that dude balling out.
He balling for real.
Again, like what Flus no, there wasn't Flus, that was Pose. Like what Pose said, it's gonna be harder to make this team.
And it should be because you revamped the team. You're coming
The
out of a
entire
rebuild.
team.
The team is almost built. So it should be harder to
Yeah,
make this team. You ain't got a bunch of, I don't want to call them that, but you don't have a bunch of players that's struggling to make the league. You got players that's quality,
right,
you know.
right, right. Me personally, I think the rebuild is over. I mean,
Now
even
you just,
though
yeah.
we ain't did it on the field yet, the rebuild is over. I mean,
I remember saying this to you before. I think the rebuild ain't over until we see them play this year. Once we see them play this
right.
season, I think we can say definitively that the rebuild is done or we still in the middle of it. But on paper, it
I
looks like it's done. It's over. We can
yeah,
fill a couple of holes here with a couple of dollars here and there. But for the
right.
most part, the rebuild is over
We
on paper.
already
Yeah.
we are ready to compete on paper, talent wise. We are ready to compete. Only thing we might be lacking in is championship coach pedigree.
Hmm.
Is the coach's pedigree, but at the same time, we are ready to compete. These boys, they was ready last year because they was ready to play for. They were still playing for Flus. As
But
much as
the
we
coaches
didn't,
held them back. The coaching staff held them back.
yeah, and hopefully he learned his lesson.
I mean,
Hopefully he learned his lesson.
part of the lesson is in Vegas right now.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, now he got to correct
yeah.
his own
Right,
mistakes.
right.
Yeah,
And then I think even with his coaching philosophy this year, changing it up a little bit, letting that offense stay out there for 2 quarters instead of 1 quarter or one series and snatching them. I was really surprised at that, and I was really impressed with that he left him out there for 2 quarters.
yeah, I like that too. I was shocked, and I was like, okay, he must be giving them a chance to do a little bit more because he ain't seen enough. So,
Right,
but I was shocked. I was like, because he could put his quarterback in harm's way now. You know what I'm saying? But it's
man.
football. It's football.
Right, exactly. When the season starts, you put him in harm's way.
Yeah.
So it don't matter when he's out there. Every player is going to be in harm's way when they step on that
Every play
field.
you on the field. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
So that's why I hate that term. Availability is the best ability. It's a violent sport. It's contact sport. You could get hit just stepping on the fucking field. I mean, you can get hurt just stepping on the field. So I mean, every day you leave that field and you don't get injured, is you just be thankful, just be grateful that you know you played the game you love and didn't get hurt.
Facts.
So,
Facts. Um, QB battle for number two. Is there a battle? Or is that Tyson Bagent's job? Is it a battle between Bagent and Brett Rippon, or is that Tyson Bagent's job?
um, at the moment, I think it's Bajan's job until
It
Ripien does better.
it appears that
Until
they both had a good game, not yesterday, but
yeah,
a good game in the preseason. One good game
right,
each.
yeah.
So that's why I'm asking. Yeah,
It appears that way, but at the same time, I think the Bears know who their number two quarterback is.
yeah,
And that Rippin is pretty much is going to be the third quarterback on the practice squad. and or even just the emergency third quarterback because
You can keep 3
he
quarterbacks
looked,
now, right?
yeah, he looked damn good in the preseason and in that game. But at the same time, we don't know what that kid Reed got.
We don't, and I'm disappointed that they're not giving him more burn because he showed me a little something, and I'm like, man, just give him a little bit more time out there because he might have something. He might be better than these guys. We just don't know yet, or he might be just as
Right?
good as these guys, but we don't know yet. Like, give him some more burn. You never
They
know.
they probably feel like we already got an undrafted QB on our team in Beijing, so we don't need another one. Maybe
But are we are
could
we
be.
ti- are we tied to Beijing? Like, do we have to keep him?
I don't know. He's under contract, but
Is he?
as far as tied to him,
How much money is he getting paid?
that part I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay. Like, I'm
But
just saying, I'm
yeah,
asking that because if the
I
if the
don't
if someone else comes up on the team, another quarterback like Rippin or damn, we just talked about him, the kid, the rookie,
read.
Reed, and they play just as well as Beijing or better than Beijing, why are we obligated to him? Is all I'm saying. Do we have to be obligated to him? Like, he's a backup
Probably
for
not.
Christ's sake. He's not the starter.
Yeah, he's a backup, but at the same time, he had 4 games starting experience. He has that. You know how they value experience now. I mean,
Yeah,
apparently he looked good enough in those 4 games to where they value him and they want to keep him.
more turnovers than touchdowns.
Right, right, right. But
I want to
he
see the
was
value in that. What's the value in that?
he was a rookie. He was. I mean,
Okay, but
they
he got
trying to
valuable
out there.
experience. We can't play both sides, can we?
No, we can't. But I mean, we got to think about the coordinator too.
True, true,
You got to think about his teacher at the time.
true. Good point.
And bad as I had that, I ain't trying to bring them up on our pod, but I
No,
hear
but
they
it's
got troubles
relevant.
out there. I hear they got troubles out there in Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear they got QB troubles in Vegas right now. So,
I hear they got troubles with the D line dominating the offense, and they can't run their offense, so they got to
oh,
take
maybe
certain
because
plays.
they can devise up a good blocking scheme.
Right. Come on now, OC, go get on your pad and design some blocks.
Right. That's pretty much what it is. You can't devise a blocking scheme to block one dude. You should have learned that when Miles Garrett put the whoops on your ass.
Ah, don't remind me.
Yeah, he ain't learned this lesson yet. He ain't learned this lesson yet. I guess that's why his ass is in Vegas and not still here, not dialing up deep plays and taking advantage of the shit you got.
So we're gonna talk about the O line, even though we
Okay,
kind of touched on
okay,
Nate Davis a little bit.
okay.
Let's talk about the O line. Is the O line taking the correct steps forward from last season to this season to being better O line as far as pass protection, or are we about the same?
Um, as of right now, I don't know if we've taken. I need to see a full game. I need to see a full game of everyone out there playing a full game. I need to see everyone out there against the other team's first team. Because we already see that they for some reason they couldn't move the way I like it. They couldn't move the second team defense.
With our
So I'm
offense,
wondering what did you do against the first team defense if you couldn't, dominate their second team defense.
but they played against
So
the first team in the one practice scrimmage.
yeah. So well, why did you not have success against their second team? Yeah, I mean, which
Maybe because they saw
that's
all the plays. all the vanilla plays we was gonna run in practice, so they already knew.
It
I don't know.
could be, but I don't know. You should at least. Then we're talking about their second team. You should at least been able to move the ball at least when you're running the ball,
That's
and
true. That's true.
or maybe it's because they call more pass plays. I mean, I got to look at it in that factor as well. But um, they only gave up one sack. They didn't. We didn't move the ball running the ball. So right now, again, I need to see a full game against the Wands.
Yeah.
As of now, I'm not as far as the first team. I'm not impressed. I'm more impressed with the second team they holding stead and they're not giving up a bunch of sacks and pressures.
Now, one thing I noticed from game to game, since you brought up more passing, last game the Bears passed the ball a little more than they ran it. This game it was more dead even, passing and running.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it? I think we're gonna be a more running team though, because we're in the elements, we ain't in a dome or nothing.
Uh, you would hope so, but I don't know. I'm thinking about Waldron and his play calling, and I think from what I see in his trends, he like to go 65-35 on the pass.
But what
So
were the environments of his play calling? What he was in? What, Seattle?
right,
Don't they play indoors?
nope. I
They
think they're
don't.
outdoors.
Shit.
I don't think
Oh,
they're dome.
I don't know why I thought they played indoors.
No, I think they're outdoors,
Okay.
and right now that's his only experience is calling plays up there, and that could be another reason why they target him because of the elements and calling games in the elements, and also the way he schemes up when you're weak on the offensive line when you got some weak spots in the offensive line. He did good in scheming up plays to try to cover that up. So that could be
Yeah.
another reason why they got him
Something
too.
that something the previous regime couldn't do on the
Right,
offensive
right.
coordinator side. Yeah. Still showing
Yeah.
its ugly
So
head in another city. Um,
hmm exactly, exactly, exactly. So no, I ain't got no question.
hey, but
About that.
but Caleb, man, showed me a lot of poise back there as far as his pocket awareness. You know, um, he showed me that he doesn't have to use his feet, but he can use his feet. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Um, which is which is my thing. Like, we don't. Why do I? It was a question someone posed. Would you rather have a quarterback that can pass or a quarterback that can run? I'm like, why can't we have a quarterback that can do both? Why does it have to be either or? You know what I mean?
right,
That makes him more dangerous. That makes him more dynamic. That makes
right,
him
right,
harder to defend.
right.
You know, just how somebody could do both.
Well, as far as his pocket presence, I think he has trained vehemently that timer in his head. He that internal clock, it just goes off no matter what.
Yeah.
Because even when the pocket is still clean, when that timer in his head go off, he looking to scramble. And I mean, you
Mm,
can you can you can see that
that's some great observation from you, man. I like that.
because he bailed the pocket too fast at times. I mean, we know he can make off script throws, but at the same time, when your pocket is clean, and the only thing you got to do pretty much is maybe step up here or step to the left there. When that timer goes off, he's looking to bail. He's looking to bail. So I still think that he needs to. It's good. His pocket awareness is good, and but at the same time, you still when that clock goes off, you don't need to bail out all the time. You
What
know,
you're saying
because
is our offensive line is good, holding blocks. That's good.
yeah, yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, I seen our boy Nate Davis, do a pirouette out there, but which is what caused the sack. But other than that, the line actually did they played pretty good, and again I think we got some really good solid backups. I really
Also,
do.
sounds like what you're saying is our receivers aren't getting open because he has so much time and he has the playoff script and he's getting the time in the pocket, but he's not letting the ball loose. So is our receivers not
Right.
getting open? What's the problem?
Right.
Is it like, or is the play calling not allowing the receivers to get open quicker?
Well, I would think that none of the receivers they can't be getting open. So when you only if you only rushing four and the line is holding up pretty good, that means they playing a really good zone. Either they playing a really good zone or they playing a really good man with two over the top. So I
And it's
mean,
hard. It's harder for younger quarterbacks in the zone throwing against the zone.
right, and you obviously somebody must not be open for you to be holding the ball because if you're known for that quick release but he's also known for holding the ball too long. So we
Yeah,
don't know.
they scared to throw
But
that ball in that zone because they don't know, like they don't know the read. Is it gonna is it gonna get picked off or whatever? Yeah, they don't.
right.
Yeah,
So at least that's a good thing. He's even though he's holding on to the ball, he's not throwing the ball in harm's way, and he's not throwing picks.
right.
So he's protecting the ball, so which is good. But
Now he's gotta educate himself on how to read those zones. Yeah,
right, and when to get rid of the ball,
right.
or maybe he needs to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker in that read.
Yeah,
Because even in some instances, in some of the joint practices, they were saying that he was holding on to the ball too long.
yeah. I remember
And
this was a problem with our previous quarterback, and he was getting slammed for it. He was getting
yeah,
dogged for it. All
yeah,
the media was killing him. Even the fan base was killing him for it. I guess they giving Caleb Williams a grace period since he's a rookie.
oh,
We
of
gonna
course.
we gonna see.
Well, of course, yeah.
We
They
gonna
they
see.
they,
Or
they
they
yeah,
playing
exactly.
favorites. Yeah,
We'll see.
we'll see.
But at the same time, um, since we talking about holding on to the ball too long,
Mhm.
I've heard some commentators say that 7-on-7s can cause that holding on to the ball too long
You ain't got no rush coming
because
at you.
right you have no rush coming at you and you got time back there to actually just stand back there and wait to see if somebody come open.
What is the purpose of 7-on-7s? Is that the purpose of it?
Purpose me personally, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I mean, maybe it's just to read, certain coverages, but it does know you can't read coverages if you have no pass rush coming at you. I mean, because I don't know, it's just to me it's a false sense of security that you
Yeah.
got time to stand back there and you really don't.
If one of the viewers know the answer to this, please put it in the comments. Because like J Max said, it's a false sense of security. It doesn't give you live game reaction or reps or anything like that. I mean, I don't see the benefit of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
For
and
real.
and you hold the only thing it does is you hold the ball too long, wait for somebody to come open.
Yeah.
And as soon as you hold the ball too long, what you don't see this guy open? What you and then next thing you know, you're getting a bunch of steals. Or you don't see this guy open, or you don't see that guy open. So something going on. I mean, to where these quarterbacks they don't see it.
False sense of security is the perfect phrase for it for me. I agree. Hey, and on that note, we're going to go ahead and step off the podcast. It was a good episode. I appreciate y'all checking us out. Like and subscribe to the podcast, comment, and catch us next time. J Mac, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming
For
through.
sure, brother. For
And
sure. For sure. Thanks for having me on.
anytime, man. You my guy. And
For sure.
we'll chop
Thank
it
you.
up later, bro.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Likewise. And as Caleb would say, the Bears.
Put some bass in your voice.
The Bears. Well, when he gets some, I'll get some.
No, I was talking about him.
Right. Okay.
Chopping his ass. All right,
The
man.
Bears. For sure. We'll holler.